It's that same old startup screen glow, blowing dust off a gray game logo. Saturday stacked in a plastic case, sleepover scores we can't erase. Kirk's got stats like a cheat sheet code, and he's got jokes from the late night shows. Top 4 takes from a childhood stash, argue till the credits crash. Welcome to my nostalgia therapy. Top 4 reasons I still feel 16. Pixel hearts and worn out DVDs. Play it back, let it all come clean. Laughing like we never had to leave. Hit subscribe to the internet. Every week's another memory. Yeah, this is my nostalgia therapy.
This is the Rushmore Show, where it's all about your top 4 and nothing more. Andy, we are in kind of new places because there's all kinds of things going on. I'm over in Colorado. Oh, you are in your living room or your bedroom or somewhere. But, man, thanks for everybody jumping in. We have a great show for you guys tonight. We are jumping into our video game series. And while we jump into the video game series, we always like to welcome in some new people. And me being in Colorado, I probably didn't do enough of the social media like I usually do. So hopefully people remember just to come on by at this time, and we'll see what happens. But tonight we are going to be talking games that define the 90s. Love the 90s. 90s is like your jam. I'm an 80s guy usually, but I can. 90s was my high school time, and I definitely played a lot of video games in my high school time. So it is what it is, man. I'm here and I'm ready to rock, bro. What's going on for you?
Yeah, man. I'm excited for tonight. 90s and 2000s, like you said, my wheelhouse of being an elder millennial, I guess now you would consider it, which is weird to say, but no, man. We're in the middle of camp season. We got one more camp to go, which next week we will not be here because you and I will both be at kids camp.
We're going to both be at camp. So next week we're off. Next week we are off. But Kevin, what's up? My buddy Kevin is in the house. What you doing in Colorado? My daughter is at her big national softball tournament. You know that's what we do. So this is a big year for her. It's her junior year. She's trying to get that recruitment thing going on. And, man, some people are starting to show up. Say hello. Tell everybody hello in the chat, and we'll get this thing rocking and rolling. Bryce J. Dub in the house. Bryce, thanks for all you're doing. Siege is a go, and I'll be preaching there for sure. Hopefully, Andy can get a chance to come on by. But we're going to talk Red Dead Redemption at Southeast Gaming Exchange. We'll talk more about that later. Hey, let's get the show into the spot as some of our friends are coming in. We're talking 90s. Well, Andy, you're not ready, I bet. Let me slow down. All right, here we go. 90s. We're talking 90s games that defined the 90s or that generation. We're talking about 90s games. Let's get it. Bryce, come to service on Sunday, Red Dead Redemption. A lot of things I can pull from that. So we'll talk that at Southeast Gaming Exchange. I'm working it out with Austin right now. I sent all our stuff over. But yeah, that's coming soon. So Andy, let's say how we met our guests. So years ago, I got logged in with a bunch of folks over on the Love Thy Nerd Network, and through Instagram, people connect and whatever. And all of a sudden, I had this guy come follow me. He looked really cool, went to his space. And it's really all about like tabletop board games and things like that, which is your favorite stuff to do. And I was like, man, thanks for following. He was like, thanks for following. And hey, I met you through here. You want to come on the show? Sure. That was months ago. We finally nailed it out that he was going to come on the video games. And it's finally here. So I want you guys to meet my guy, Adam. What's up? Good evening to Kirk and Fanny Pack King. He must have saw the video or the picture of you in it, reenacting The Rock from like 1980. Not Sean Connery, The Rock.
No, it was,
but actually Rocky Maivia before he was The Rock.
Yes,
and
he was Wayne.
Yeah. He had quite a thing going on there with the fanny pack.
Yeah.
So No Bars Torado, thanks for being here, Isaac. We love you. But we're just about to introduce our friend. Welcome to the show, Adam from Tabletop Vibes.
What?
Hey, logging in from the toilet dedication. That is hilarious.
What's up, guys?
What is up? What is up? And so I messaged you, Adam, and I was like, Adam, I got a guy that's going to come on. Actually, it was Shane from Game Central Station. They're an amazing video game convention. Shane said, man, I can't do the second, but I can do later. So he's going to jump on, I think, in like a month with someone else. And I was like, well, unfortunately, Adam, you're by yourself. Do you have somebody you might want to bring on? And you're like, my guy, Cosmic Ben is in. So here's his Instagram. Boom. And so welcome to the show. Our next guest, Cosmic Ben. Ben.
Howdy. Cosmic Ben.
There he is. So we coin flipped in the back, and Adam, you won the coin flip, and you deferred the kick to Cosmic. So he's going to go first. You're going to go second. Every new series, Andy and I flip. This is a new series. This starts our video game series. So I'm not last anymore. I'm second to last, and Andy will be last. So with that being said, since Ben, since you're going first, Adam, tell me all about Tabletop Vibes. We call them the Summit Squad over here. And speaking of that, we have a few new people in the Summit Squad. Let me do this. So the Summit Squad is just our groups of friends that come and visit every Thursday night. Come and check us at YouTube, all the things that are scrolling below, Discord, Facebook, blah, blah, blah. If you're a part of that, thank you for being a part of the Summit Squad. Thank you for part of being here. Adam, tell all the people live right now, all fives of them right now, and anybody that comes and watches later, what's going on your channel? What would they do if they jumped over there? What could they find? And why tabletop games?
So over at Tabletop Vibes, we do first impression videos, we do playthroughs, we do how to plays, I do unboxings of stuff, I crack magic packs, TCGs, different things. And why Tabletop Vibes? I grew up playing board games with my fam, and honestly, my license plate up until I was almost 30 years old was Vibes 88, and I like music. So I decided when I made my brand that I wanted to mesh tabletop gaming and my nickname growing up. So that's what Tabletop Vibes is, and we bring good vibes.
Nice.
That sounds like a fun blast. I love tabletop games. My family doesn't love it as much as I do, so we don't play that often. Andy comes over to my house usually once or twice a year, and we never play any of the board games in the cabinet because he doesn't really like to play board games that much.
Pause. I don't.
He likes to play Uno.
Game that's going to take 7 hours. That's the only problem I have. I like some straightforward stuff. I'm cool with that.
So Monopoly.
My favorite thing is Andy wants the rules to be less than the length of the game. That's kind of his go-to.
Oh, the second I tune out whenever it starts getting too well.
So you need like a 2-minute teach and a 15-minute play.
I'm done.
Bang. And he's all in. He's all in. But let's get Cosmic Ben out here. Cosmic Ben, that sounds really cool. I went and checked your videos out. You were unboxing something. What were you unboxing? You were unboxing a table.
The ultimate unboxing.
You were ultimate unboxing a table. I saw that video, and then you were like spinning around, and I was like, oh yeah, this guy's going to fit in well. Tell everybody what they would find over there on the Cosmic Ben channel. Where are you? What's going on? And introduce yourself.
So a little bit about me. I'm a jack of all trades. I've done everything from comedy, which is what I'm trying to do way more of now. So stand up. I make music, independently produce, and have taught myself how to play and produce music. I'm actually planning to stream, hopefully, a live thing of some of my album, and I just do all the things. Like for me, it's like all my hobbies become jobs because I'm an insane person who doesn't know how to take a day off. And yeah, I also love board games like Adam. That's actually how me and Adam met. And we've been buds ever since. We both love video games, both love board games, vibing out to music, all that other good stuff. And yeah, a lot of what you'll find over on my socials and everything like that, it's just me just doing everything I can possibly like get my hands into and try to teach myself how to do.
That is, I mean, it sounds like a blast. We're glad you're here. So if you're new here, we're the Rushmore Show. We do this each and every Thursday. Music, movies, and now video games. We do them 4 months a year. And so we always let the guests pick. We kind of talked about a couple things. Let's talk about games that define a generation. And I was like, well, y'all's generation is probably closer to the 90s. Unofficially, I know that, X and millennial and all that jazz. And I'm thinking about games and when they came out. And I was like, why don't we just do 90s games that, define the 90s? Because we haven't done that yet. And we've done a lot of 90s stuff because Andy loves the 90s. So that kind of allows us to pull in about 4 or 5 consoles or maybe some earlier stuff that you really think maybe whatever. So what we start with, guys, is the criteria. And the criteria is why your list vibes for you and maybe nobody else. So since you're first, Ben, tell us what you were thinking when you built your list, and then you're only going to kind of give us a couple niblets and lead us into your what we call the Rosie, number 4.
Ooh, okay. So like with my list, I was just like, all right, 90s. It's got to be kind of hard to look at now. You look at it and it looks just it's giving you cataracts just trying to stare at it, right? Everything's blocky, and yet at the time it looked so real, right? But also core memories, whether it's like, playing by yourself, discovering like, these big, seemingly large games. Realistically, you play them probably in a weekend, or like just getting your buddies together and absolutely testing your friendships to the limits. And that was just kind of like the criteria by which I built mine off of. And also, what did I sink way more hours into doing that than going outside and touching grass?
That is perfect.
All right. So Roosevelt, that's his nickname. Number 4. What's your first one on the list? Kind of starts the list off. We find that number 4 is the hardest to do because you're saying nothing else can make the mountain. Number 1's usually very easily. So what's number 4 for you?
So number 4 is the one that it's one of the few games I've ever played with a max player count ever, and that is 007 GoldenEye for the N64.
Hey,
That's awesome.
Right off the bat, we go with the pause screen.
Yeah.
Iconic.
You got to
So tell us why you like it, and I'm going to tell you why I hate it.
Okay. All right. Here's why. Okay. First of all, I was also getting into movies, and I was like, oh my gosh, movies, but I can play them. I was really into the James Bond franchise as a kid, and also like just like the single player was so much fun. The multiplayer was like absolute chaos. And it really just made you think that everyone around you was a filthy liar. Just like, what do you mean I wasn't screen peeking? I just happen to know exactly where you were the entire time. And I know this means nothing, but I'm better than you. And also I get the first party controller, and you can use the Mad Catz one. It's
yeah.
And then like just the amount of just hype around just playing GoldenEye with everybody, and just the sheer frustration of just like trying to squeeze out every kill in the match, and just never trusting a word that anybody says. Like, I've been paying attention to my screen the whole time. I don't know. It invented the genre of deception that is screen peeking that would percolate throughout the early 2000s into couch multiplayer games, which is not a thing anymore. Which kind of wild.
Which is the best thing about all of this 90s conversation is couch co-op. It's something we don't do anymore. And my buddy Kevin, if he's still in the chat, we'll shout it from the rooftops. I wasn't a 64 guy. Never was a 64 guy. The graphics, even in 1995, were groundbreaking, but still bad. I mean, I remember looking at it, it was like, gosh, it's really kind of hard to look at. But I never really liked the controller, so I never got a 64. My buddy, I was in the Air Force in the late 90s. I went into the Air Force 98, 99. Rumor has it Kirk's still staring. Yes, there goes it. And in the late 90s, I went into basic training and I went to New Mexico. And in New Mexico, my buddy Ron bought a 64. Obviously got GoldenEye, Smash, Gauntlet Legends, Mario 64, that whole jazz. And I used to go over there and play that while he came over to my house and played PlayStation, or my dorm. And GoldenEye was the first person shooter that I had ever played, and almost one of the last. I am terrible at them. I am awful at first person shooter. Andy has alluded to this. I'm still staring at the wall. Andy came over not long ago and we played GoldenEye, or I was at your house, huh? So I was over at his house for a convention. He's the 64 guy. He's like, let's play GoldenEye. And like, I spent half the time like staring at the wall, just walking into it. And he was standing behind me. And of course,
to be fair, it wasn't on a CRT. So it was on HD. So, the video quality is not.
There was no fair. I'm just terrible.
And
were you an invert access
so
guy?
it's dark. But
and Andy's just sitting behind me as I'm doing nothing and it just popping me off. I'm terrible at it. It's an iconic game. I'm glad you mentioned it. It's one of the greatest 90s games of all time. It started first-person shooters, basically, the way they are now today. The music, licensed games, 64 games. Good pick.
And Pierce Brosnan has never looked blockier. Just an absolute unit.
Yeah. So last week we talked spy movies, and we talked a lot about Pierce Brosnan and 007 and GoldenEye. So good pick, man. Good pick. In the sake of time, because I know that we're on some time today, let's just jump into yours, tabletop, Adam, and tell us your criteria first. What were you thinking when you put together the list, and then give us your number 4.
Yeah, I mean, so right back in the day, we're all just hanging out. I went outside a lot, but I also played video games a lot. And so my brother and I would be sitting downstairs hanging out. I'd have friends over. We'd be hanging out. And then so my list kind of got built off of, it was really hard to do because kind of like Ben said, you start looking back up all these games and like the stuff that you were like, this is so epic. And you look at it now and you're like, this is so sad that we played this for like 100 hours, right? Like, but just put together the stuff that like just made my 90s years fun. So,
all right. Suspense is getting us.
Yeah,
what is your number 4 on your list?
Crazy enough, my number 4 is also GoldenEye.
Oh, Andy, are you ready? Because I'll go to it. Hold on.
Yeah. Yep.
So Crushmore means we match. So let us know about that.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because like I was looking at my list. I literally have it. I have it like a bunch of stuff before it scratched off, and then I circled it and I put number 4 next to it. Kind of like Ben was saying, I think the fun part was the chaos aspect. I think my greatest memory of GoldenEye was going and hiding in the bathroom stall, and then you crouch down so that you can't, the radar doesn't work, right? You can't be seen. Someone opens it to go where the golden gun is or whatnot, and then you just shoot them.
Yeah.
And the only reason why I know that is because it happened to me so many times. And so, yeah, it's just really fun. I think we tried playing it recently at my, older age here. And I had a friend who was literally just running like with the gun in the air, like spinning around. And we were like, dude, what are you, 4? Like,
yeah, you must have came over and played with me.
Yeah. And I'm like, are you rocking inverted access right now? Are you, what are you doing? And like, now just can't figure out the controls. And you're like, this is crazy. But I will say that video games in the 90s as a whole made you try way, way harder than games nowadays. There was no like second chances. There was no like you either completed the thing or you died, and then you had to restart back however far back it was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh my
crazy.
God. By the
Yeah.
way,
So, I mean, we've already mentioned this. Crushmore right off the bat. I will say this. This was on my honorable mentions today.
Nice.
And I kind of knew it wasn't going to get mentioned. Sometimes I put some out there for honorable mentions for a chance, but you'll know why in my criteria why I probably picked that one. So, Andy, I know you love this game. But I'll jump into mine since we've already talked a little bit about that. And this is kind of where we can catch up on time. Hey, by the way, if you're in the chat, say hello. There's 7 of you. Make sure you hit the like button before you head out and take the trip with us. Drop in your top 4 as we go. So here we go. My criteria, it's very simple. I took the 4 biggest systems of the generation of the era. Which was early on, it was Super Nintendo, and then it went PlayStation or Genesis, PlayStation, and N64. Those are the 4 biggest. So if I'm going to define the generation, it has to be games from those 4 consoles. And uniquely, I picked my one that not necessarily my favorite game, but my favorite game that I think represents those consoles the best. That's how I went. So number 4, because it's my least favorite console of the 4. Spyro, not a bad. Spyro's a good pick. It's my least favorite console of all of those. I'm going Nintendo 64, but I'm not going GoldenEye. I don't think for me, I felt GoldenEye was going to get mentioned because it's such a big deal. But for me, the game that we played much more couch co-op was the very first Smash Brothers for Nintendo 64. So
that's a great pick.
It's going to be Smash Bros. 64, and I mean, we spent hours in the dorm playing this. Well, playing 64 or PlayStation, whatever. But this one, 4 people playing, right? Very similar couch co-op. A lot of the other airmen and stuff would come over, and we would melee. You know what I'm saying? And then it has spawned a generational of games, and hopefully now some movies. It looks like that potentially might be happening. But seeing all of your Nintendo characters all on one screen was a big deal, and it just keeps growing as a franchise. So I think something that really defined that generation that has sparked something big is not just playing Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter as a fighting game, but introducing a little bit non-typical, and it was so much fun. So I'm going to go
party fighter genre
for my number 4.
Wait, who is your go-to character?
Well, Andy would probably know this, but
Link's?
If I'm picking a Nintendo game and there's a go-to character, it's always Link.
Yeah, let's go.
It's always Link.
Mine was Yoshi.
Now I will pick other guys, but I mean, like if I'm trying to like play and like be really good.
For me, Yoshi's my.
You're a Yoshi guy.
No.
Dude, yes, let's go.
If I'm going Mario Kart, I'm always Yoshi. But in Smash Bros, don't sleep on Kirby. I love the Kirby. Kirby
Yes.
when it comes to Smash, just because of how like what you can do as Kirby. But if I was going like straight fighter type, I like Samus. I like Captain Falcon. I like Link. I like the Link pick too. So
Samus is good. Star Fox is good.
Captain Falcon was annoying.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Yeah, exactly. You don't want to hear the same soundbite 86,000
times.
Yeah. There was some good ones there, but I like a Pikachu pick. I'm cool with a Pikachu pick.
That's kind of what introduced me to Pokemon probably back then. Was Smash. So
interesting though, because it was I do say Smash Bros for the 64. Smash Bros has become its own, just enterprise.
It's not the best Smash by any stretch.
No, and that's what I was
as
about
far
to
as
say.
the 90s go.
But to this topic, it fits perfectly, I think.
Right.
It only improved since then. But it was to me, it's one of the best entry-level game of a complete franchise that we've seen out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it still stands good. Hasn't improved, of course, but some games like you're like, that first one not so good, and then it gets good. It's one of the best of those entry level. That'd be a very niche topic to do, but I don't know.
The crazy funny thing is, I still don't know what to do when I'm in the ether, like floating around. I still can't figure out what in God's name I'm supposed to be doing. I just start hitting buttons and trying to get to the side of the screen.
Which is why Pikachu's a good one, because he's got a good way to get back.
He does lightning bolt.
Donkey Kong's was cool with the spin thing.
Spinning helicopter.
Yeah.
That's why I always play as Kirby, because I can just float.
Yeah, Kirby's a good one. Last thing I'll say about Smash Bros. It may be mentioned again today, so maybe I have another chance to say it. We're mentioning going to camp. They started doing this thing at camp where there's a Super Smash Brothers tournament. Because not all the kids are very sporty or whatever, but these kids can shine through this kind of stuff. What's up, Kenneth Bird? We did that in one of our students won the tournament, and they played the finale on this big 25-foot LED screen in the main auditorium when 400 students are cheering them on. It was the coolest thing, and we're lifting them on our shoulders, and it's super epic.
That's sick.
Man, it's a lot of fun. Anyway, I love Super Smash Brothers. I have Melee. I have this one, and then I have for the GameCube, I have Melee that loaded up from our friend Kevin. So that's super fun too. All right. Well,
what's your number 4, Andy?
Yeah. So just criteria-wise, real quickly, because this is kind of what I was thinking. If I were to have, and this felt like a very, I don't know if I've heard about these things lately, but if I were to put a time capsule together. And I threw some games in, and the question just was, what defined the 90s? What was the 90s like? Here are 4 video games that are just going to give you the 90s. But what they did for pop culture, what they did for the video gaming industry in itself, what they did for defining, what do these millennials still talk about today? What is the nostalgia trip we go back to when we're thinking of 90s? I see this Kenneth here. Man, dog passed away. It's never a great thing to be. Yeah, absolutely. 14 years old. Yeah. Hey, Lord, we just stop right now. We pray for Kenneth, God, for what he's facing right now, the sadness and the emotions that are coming with that. Having a dog and a pet for that long, and just we know the bonds that it grows with us. But Lord, I pray that you'd be a peace for him right now, and God, that you would. Just help him through this situation in Jesus' name. Amen. Kenneth, we love you, man. Thank you for hopping on, and we're sorry to hear about that for sure. Back to the 90s. So here's the thing. I forgot what I was even saying there, but basically time capsule, what defined the 90s. And I'm going to go, all 4 of these are not going to surprise anybody. I'm not throwing any crazy picks out there today. But here's the one I think of now. You could argue, this, I think more so than any franchise that's out there, this franchise is great because multiple generations have their version of this game. This is their one of this. Now, there's a couple other I can think of, but I think a lot of people have this. And when it comes to those from the 90s, the millennials, this is the one that we have. Now, we've had some since. We even played some before. I think what this did for this franchise and what it changed with everything here. And also this may be kind of, I forgot who mentioned it. I think Ben may have said it. This may be one of the ones that holds up the best today, I believe, still from the 90s, that holds up really well. It's on the N64. Shocker, right? I just get used to hearing that today. But I'm going to go with none other than Zelda Ocarina.
Let's go.
Oh,
Ocarina is going to be the pick. This is the hill that I die on is it's the best games out there. It's the greatest one ever created. I absolutely love this game. This is one that I'm playing. This is on repeat. This is what this if I'm just sitting down and I think we talked about, and this is to foreshadow a couple weeks from now. I forget who we talked about. I saw the messages. One of the topics is going to be comfort games. I mean, there's a comfort in this game that is the music, everything, the nostalgia that ties to it, the sounds, the graphics, everything about this game I mean, the opening sequence to this game is just beautiful. So I'm going to go with Ocarina of Time as defining the 90s for me. Again, I think when you took Zelda, which was already a great established franchise prior to this game, and then you add the 3D element to it, it just opens this up. And we've seen where they've gone, right? We've seen everything that's happened since. To your point, like, have they improved? Of course they have. I haven't played a lot of the newer Zelda games because I go back to this and I don't know. I just never have been the one to keep up with all the latest and greatest in it. I love Wind Waker. I love some of those ones that were after this, but to me, it doesn't get any better than Ocarina of Time.
I will just say this. I'm in trouble, Andy, for the first time in a couple weeks. Here we go with something in 64.
Hey,
For the first time in a couple weeks, because Ben and Adam, you haven't been on. What I like to try and do is try and nail out my honorable mentions without them being taken. And both of my potential N64 extras have already been taken. So I have another couple in the bag, but Ocarina, Smash, GoldenEye, that's the three best for me. So that's talking about the whole system to me. And Finn the Collector opening credit tune to Ocarina of Time is the same as the work was.
Yes, it is. It is.
Yeah.
I have actually never played Zelda.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well,
it was never my jam growing up. Like, I had friends that played it, and I was like, play a real game. And then,
excuse me, Ocarina of Time was real to me because I would go home and
it's
tell
a
my
great
friends I'm gonna
game,
hang out
though.
with my girlfriend, but really I was playing Zelda, and she's not in half the game, and I was a liar.
That's awesome.
Oh man, Zelda to me is on the Rushmore of franchises.
That's awesome.
I mean, you just mentioned
I love Zelda.
Smash. So
I know the soundtrack. Does that count?
yeah.
So here's the thing, Andy. I've mentioned this because it was my friend's system. Ocarina wasn't one that I got into because
For sure.
going over and playing Zelda at somebody else's house is different than going and playing the couch co-op games, right?
I will say too, though, it's replayable now, but I don't have as much time. Like Zelda, Ocarina is one where you got to commit. Like, I can't just casually throw it on for like 15 minutes. Like, I've got to dedicate some time to it to get into it. It's one of those games that, look, they didn't track as far as I can know, how many hours you put into these games. You had to put quite a bit of hours into Zelda to beat this thing. But
yeah, dude, good picks. So we're through our first round, and let's do round two. Ben, what's number 3? We call him TJ Jazzy Jeff. What's your number 3 on the mountain?
So number three is a fun one, all right? Because I thought it was so cinematic. I thought it was incredible and silly, and I took it so seriously. And I don't now, but I still love it. And that's Metal Gear Solid for the PlayStation 1.
Go.
Wow,
The iconic
go.
Metal Gear. David Hayter's voice, absolute ear chocolate with gravel mixed in.
Beer chocolate with gravel.
It's just so brutal too. And plus, like, apparently he went through like an entire pack of cigarettes every time to do the voice of Solid Snake.
Really?
Yeah. Like David Hayter, and then David Hayter would go on to be like a screenwriter. He wrote all kinds of movies that people have definitely seen, like Watchmen or whatever. It's crazy.
Do you have a best moment of the game that was fun for you?
Oh man, it's either the fourth wall breaking Psycho Mantis fight.
Yes, that was cool.
Or like many people, I just had discs in a slipcover, and I didn't realize the answer to one of the things for the codec thing is on the back of the case. And that blew my mind, and it frustrated me to no end. And I had to borrow the case from my friend.
That's awesome. I think mine is the snow effect.
Oh yeah,
so
yeah.
You walk on the snow, and then the guy's like, "Huh?"
Yeah.
And then you just keep making circles, and the guy just gets stuck in this endless loop, and then you just knock him out.
Yeah.
I will say this game is another great franchise. I love it. It's on my Rushmore or my honorable mentions for PlayStation today. It's phenomenal game. When we did tricks, or not tricks. It was one of the things we've done video games. It was either like tricks or glitches, or I don't remember. But one of the things I mentioned was that Mantis fight with where he's checking your memory cards and all that stuff.
You like to play Castlevania?
Yeah, I was like, what is happening here? But I love the whole series. Played through a bunch of them. Thank goodness most of that is third-person shooter, because I like third-person shooter much better.
So Metal Gear Solid is one that I've played. It's one that I just didn't quite get into. I think the PlayStation itself, like PS1 specifically, I definitely was PS2. I had the PS1, but at that time I was just spending more of my time on the 64. I had a couple games out there, ones I won't mention now because they may be brought up later, but there's a lot of PS1 games that could make this list of defining the 90s. Because to your point, Ben, are they clunky? Does it not look good anymore? I mean, a lot of PS1, along with the 64, is very angular. Let's just say that. So. But good pick.
Great pick.
That's a
It's
good
a great pick.
Of Metal Gear
He's
Solid.
building a great list over there secretly. I mean, that's a pretty good start. GoldenEye, Metal Gear Solid. Kind of see where he's going for the honorable mentions. Adam, what's your TJ Jazzy Jeff?
Yeah, so mine was kind of it's really fun because of the kind of the animation. I also love the announcer aspect of it. It got me into sports more because I wasn't really a big sports person. The Bulls I think were actually good at one point.
Let's go.
Uh-oh. He's on fire.
NBA Jam for
Yes!
Sega.
Ooh,
He's on fire. Right?
Which
That's
form?
moment.
Which form? Arcade?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
This is a great pick.
Good stuff.
head-to-head NBA Jam, getting your boost up so you can get on fire and then
Bam.
dunking and shattering the backboard is the most.
All right, so you guys asked me who my guy was in Smash, right? I go Link. What's the go-to team, right? Jordan, you mentioned Jordan. Jordan does have a arcade. It's an urban legend type thing that he has an arcade with his face on it.
Really?
But he didn't get in the official game.
Right.
What team are you picking?
I used to play as the Hornets.
Yes!
All the time.
Grandmama and Alonzo Mourning or Muggsy Bogues.
Muggsy Bogue.
Depending on which
I always
version
played
you're
because
on.
Muggsy Bogue was in there. Shortest dude in the NBA.
The Hornets.
I was an Indiana Pacers because
Reggie Miller.
Flawless from three.
Reggie Miller.
Raining it
Patrick
down.
McCaskill, by the way, we've been praying for Pat McCaskill for a long time. Pat, we love that you're out and getting in a good place right now. We love you, bro. Just let us know what you need. And Owazrum is going to be on in 2 weeks, by the way, with RNG Gamer, 2 phenomenal gamer channels. Waz, you're going to be at Siege? Type in the chat if you're going to be at Siege. It's official. Andy and I are going to be at Siege preaching. So hopefully we get to hang out. And then NBA Jam was a changer. You didn't have, well, you say Sigi, I should say. You didn't have to be an NBA fan to know. No. Yeah, right. That's right. I'm all 3 days. Yeah.
About this game, about NBA Jam, and there was other games kind of in the same idea, feel, vibe of this game, was nowadays sports games just feel like hyper realistic. Mm-hmm. Like I have to be a quarterback that's trained to play Madden now to have any kind of success. Back then it was like there's nothing real about this game. NFL Blitz, these other games.
Blitz, my gosh.
Blitz is so fun.
Just beating the crap out of somebody and then throwing them across the...
Like even the early Maddens it was just an arcade game that I was playing. Nowadays, it's like I've got to read defenses and stuff. Like, get out of here. I don't want any of that.
Yeah.
Patrick, we know you do, bro. We know you do. We're glad to see your name in the chat.
So I love this pick. I was them.
We mentioned NBA Jam quite a bit with the codes too. You got like Bill Clinton, Big Head.
Yeah, you can put a lot of cheat
fun
codes
stuff.
in.
It was a fun game, man. It's a fun game. It's
Do
one
any
of
of
the
you
ones
have
that
the
I
little
think
shark cheat?
I would
the
want
shark
those new
cheater?
little small cabinets for. I see
I
all those
almost
every
bought
once in a
one of
while.
those.
I'll do an NBA Jam. I'll do
Yeah,
an NBA Jam.
I almost bought one, but then I was like, I'm a nerd. I don't sports.
I wanted
It's
to
weird.
get
Like
all
I
the
played
unlocks.
sports. I know nothing about sports. Like I'm European and Mexican, so I'm like, it's like with FIFA
Hey,
too. Like
Europeans
I know
know
my
their-
teams, and that is literally it. And then
Well, speaking of
it's-
that, USA got a big 1-0 victory last night, so that's
Yeah.
awesome. Was Shaq in NBA Jam? I think in the later ones.
Yeah,
I think
he
he, yeah,
was
in
for
like
the Magic.
NBA Jam 2 or something.
He
I
was
think
with
it
the Magic with Nick Anderson, and then Nick Anderson was with Anthony Hardaway when he went to, I think, the Lakers, and I think there might be one with him at the Lakers.
I think
Was there
Magic
a
Johnson's in
Kobe
one, too.
Shaq? That had to be invincible if that was the case.
Yeah.
I think it was much later. Much later.
Yeah, it's like-
Much later. Anyways, all right. Well, NBA Jam. Well, my turn. So, we've already done the 64. That's out, right? But I'll jump into one of these other ones. Obviously, let me pull my list up. Yeah, obviously, we're going to go with my next least favorite, and it might make Robotnik mad over there, Owazroom.
Hey.
He's coming on for Sega Master System games because he loves Sega. He loves the Sega. I'm going Genesis here. And I could go a whole bunch of games that I think that are my favorite games. My favorite ones, I don't necessarily think all my favorite Genesis games defined the 90s much more than Sonic 2. And Sonic 2 to me is it is the prototypical Sega game. I mean, when I think of defining the generation, do people that don't play, like for instance, Cosmic Ben doesn't know sports, so he might defining the generation might not be NBA Jam, and that because that doesn't fit everybody. But if I walk into a crowded area and I show a picture of Sonic, right, people know him, right? They just like it's just you may not have played Sega, you don't now with the movies and everything else, but Sonic, the first one was great. All Sonic games are fun. Sonic Spinball, all that stuff. I enjoy all of them. Sonic Colors and all that stuff on the new side. But Sonic 2 was with the music, the levels. I think it's just groundbreaking. So it's often mentioned as the best, and I'm not even mentioning it there as the best game because I don't know that it even made my top 4 favorite games. But I'm thinking of all the games that define the 90s for the Genesis, it's got to be Sonic 2. Got to be.
It's a great pick. It's a great
Oh
pick.
my god,
Fantastic
Sonic 2 is
pick.
so much fun.
And Sonic 2, I think, is the standout of that entire franchise. At least if we're going to talk about defining
Right.
the 90s.
Right. That brings the criteria in, right? Because we've already done a Genesis Rushmore, and I don't know if Sonic 2 was on my list. I don't know. Might have been as a maybe. It's definitely one of the best games of the generation. So
I was more of a
the
Knuckles
colors,
fan.
the music. Nobody always liked the Genesis for the music and the sounds, but I always did. I always loved it. I thought it was just kind of cool. It was different. But
My
that's
first
everybody.
exposure to
Obviously
Sonic 2 was
was.
on the Game Gear, actually, because my
Game
friend
Gear.
had one.
Love
Yeah,
Game
it was
Gear,
it was the first backlit handheld console, and I was playing Sonic 2 on Game Gear, and I love the music, and I used to watch the cartoon obsessively, like the new ones that came out after, like the ones with
the
Julia
original
White.
Sonic
Yeah.
cartoon was awesome.
It was good stuff, man.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was a Knuckles fan. I was really happy when they brought in Knuckles
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and Sonic 3.
because then I could like get on walls and stuff.
Da Moose Barbecue says Sonic was the first game I got my wife to play. Hey,
Oh,
Da Moose, I can
right.
tell you're new
Let's
around here.
go.
Maybe you're friends with someone else because you don't have a blue. You're not blue yet.
Not blue.
So welcome to the show. We call them the Summit Squad. So today you walked in or spun into the into a conversation about 90s games, video games that define that era, right? And so while we walk this out, we're on our second pick, going 4, 3, 2, 1. Put some of yours in the chat there, Damoose, and welcome to the show.
Yeah, what a great pick.
Pointing that way.
Good one.
All right, we up? I'm up now.
Immediately in my head.
You said if I was drowning, the way that I would stop drowning is if I just ate a bubble. That should work. Anyway, kids, don't do that at home. Here is what we're gonna do now.
Rushmore
I
with
think that it's further up on my list, but it'll make sense as we go. Here it is, GoldenEye. I think that this is the ultimate definition of a game that walked so that later ones could run.
Yeah, and I agree.
I love it so much for that. Is it the most replayable game? For sure not. Is it the most nostalgic game? Absolutely. It's up there when we talk about those. One of the greatest first levels of all time. Another niche topic, Rushmore of level ones in a game. Maybe throw that out there for later. That's very niche. That's when we get to year like 18 and we're trying to figure out what to talk about again. But no, this is a great game. We talked about the soundtrack. We talked about, all that kind of stuff that is just so iconic with this one.
Andy might go straight 64 tonight.
There's a shot. There's a shot at it.
There's a shot.
Did you have a favorite level?
This game is where it's at. I think, again, what's really cool, and we've said it every time we talk about this game, is that it's a movie. It's a game based on a movie, but it came out 2 years after the movie. So it wasn't even like simultaneous where they were just kind of cashing in on that. It's an absolutely great game for what they did when they did it. Here's my test for did it how it defined a generation, and we are still talking about it today. Even the same reasons that we said before, the split screen, the multiplayer. I mean, just these types of things that we had never experienced before in a game. There's so much. Everybody's got nostalgia tied to it. Some people have positive nostalgia, some people negative nostalgia, but it's nostalgia nonetheless. And I absolutely love this game. It really defines it. It's kind of like one of those things, Kirk, where you've seen those reels where it's like sounds only millennials can hear, and it's like they play it for a second, and if you hear like
Donkey Kong sound,
just a half of a second of this soundtrack, you're immediately intrigued. So I love the game. I think we kind of rag on it a little bit too much for it not holding up. It's not the greatest today, absolutely, but it's still a fun game to play. It is still super, super fun. So,
I enjoyed staring at the mountain for half the time.
I stuck with it for a while.
Stuck in the corner.
Only.
Yeah, it's a good game. It's definitely a good game. It was on my honorable mentions. So I'm the only one not going to mention it today. So it's going to be a triple Crushmore today, and that one's out. He's out. And we've already talked about everything for the first half. So we're halfway through, guys, of our first round. And Andy, let's do some channel. I don't have any show and tell today because I'm in Colorado. So Andy, can you pull up the website and we'll use that for show and tell. So while he's doing that, I'll kind of explain. Guys, we are a ministry. Andy and I are both youth pastors. We're both teachers. We're both dads. We're both coaches. And we put this thing together just to kind of shoot the breeze and have fun. But we end up doing things like going to, we call it Reboot the Unconventional Ministry. We go to conventions and we get to preach silly things like on Ocarina of Time. Well, this in 2 weeks is our next one. And I'll be at Southeast Gaming Exchange and I'll be preaching on Red Dead Redemption. So that is going to be the parable. Here's Reboot. Here's our webpage. You can go to our webpage at any time and drop a prayer request, and it will get right to us. It will come to us real time, and believe me, we will pray for you guys. If you are a Christian creator, tabletop, you might actually be in this, by the way, because I met you through Love Thy Nerd. But this is the Coalition of Christian Creators Directory, and it's just a bunch of guys like-minded that like nerdy things and geeky things, but also love Jesus. So there's that. And if you want to see all the amazing, there's like 140 something people in that, and I'm always willing to add more. Go check it out. It's free. You can download it. If you see us at a convention, I'll give you a hard copy at the convention. One of the things I want to show, and Andy, I didn't drop last week's until yesterday, and I dropped this week's right before the show. But Reboot 365 is my 365 journey walk through 365 different games and 365 different scriptures. And that's kind of what we do at the convention. So I just dropped this week's today. As you can see, that's Call of Duty. And keep going, Andy. What's the next one? Call of Duty. The one before that is Civilization, I think. Yep. And the one before that is Wind Waker was last week. Oh, Five Nights at Freddy's. If you could preach on Five Nights at Freddy's, you can preach on anything. Which, that was my very first one. You remember that, Andy, at Louisiana RetroCon?
Yeah.
Anyways, if you want to walk a Devo out with your family, your kids, that's a fun one. Now, Andy is writing one right here. It's called The Bible is Metal. Andy, why would you call it The Bible is Metal?
Well, because it is metal. There's a lot of really metal stories that you read in the Bible. Wrote it because, or started writing it because a lot of students of mine tell me the Bible is boring, and I said, bet. But it's going to be a 31-day devotional with the most metal stories found in the Bible. This one is your sample of Elijah versus Baal's prophets. You got the devotional side of it. The opening riff is just my gut reaction, and then the breakdown is kind of the devotional, followed up and finished with some heavy questions that you can use for small groups. You can do for, your own personal study. But go check that out on our webpage.
So Andy's is a 31-day. Mine's a 365. And after I do that one, I'm going to jump into movies and do a movies one and a sports one. So that's kind of the goal. I hope Andy goes to see. We do too. I think he might have to get back early, so he might not be able to be there to preach with me because he's got VBS.
And we'll talk about it.
We'll talk later. But hopefully he gets to come. If not, he'll definitely be there in spirit. Andy, let's do our three friends. Since Bryce is here, let's share Bryce, member of the week. Let's share Retro Rewind. No, we did him last week, didn't we? Let's share. Let's share Cellcast. Let's share the Cellcast. We haven't shared them in a while. And then let's share our favorite coffee and get back into this.
There we go. Check out our friends over at the Cellcast. The Cellcast hosts Jacob and Drew review animated movies and TV shows, discussing what they appreciate about the medium in whatever form it takes. Whether it's a traditional hand-drawn animated movie, claymation shorts, or a 3D CGI series. Check out some animated reviews when you subscribe to The Cellcast at thecellcast.podbean.com. And don't forget, Cell is spelled with a C and a single L at thecellcast.podbean.com.
Bryce J.W. is a full-time content creator, collector, and streamer, spreading kindness one video at a time. From epic Geometry Dash runs and Nintendo streams to game hunting vlogs and podcasts, Bryce leads the Anime Armada, a welcoming, positive community for gamers and geeks of all kinds. No hate, just heart. Join the crew at youtube.com/@BryceJW.
Let's face it, at-home coffee can be pretty stale. Coffee at home doesn't have to be boring. The Village Coffee is here to deliver the flavor. The Village Coffee roasts coffee every week and sells online. Go to villagebeans.com to order your coffee today and use discount code Rushmore for free shipping.
So, real quick, you want to say something, Andy?
I was just going to say, while you're talking about whatever you're talking about, I'm actually about to order some Village Coffee for all of the leaders for Kids Camp next week. So we're
perfect. I can't wait to have it. I want the Mexico and I want the Brazil. So whatever those new names are, that's what I'm looking for. By the way, there is a first off, Bryce, Of course, dude. You're a member. And if you want to become a member, it's real easy. You can find it in our YouTube descriptions and all that. But if you become a member, we'll make a commercial for you and share your commercial every week. Well, not every week. We share a commercial a week. I will start making some videos to post out to get everybody's a little bit more. And anybody that's ever been on the show, including these guys, are on our homepage. I've got to add, I think, Cosmic Ben Tabletop. I believe you're already there. But if not, I'll add you. You can go and see every single host we've ever had on our homepage, on the YouTube homepage. With that being said, let's get back into this. Cosmic Ben, you're up. Number 2, your link, second favorite game of the 90s that defined the generation, at least.
All right. We are once again going back into the blocky cesspool that is PlayStation 1, and it is Resident Evil.
Wow, let's go, dude.
It defines the 90s not only for terrible controls, graphics that look like it was passed through a dog, but also it was actively getting one of the cheesiest and still long-running film franchises to get started. And also, it was just so cool. It was very tense. It was scary at the time. Now, not so much. And
right.
It's just so much fun. And I love Resident Evil, but specifically Resident Evil 2, because Claire Redfield and Leon.
I was going to ask, who's your favorite characters?
Oh, it's got to be Claire and Leon. Hands
yes,
100%. 10 toes down, standing on business.
I love this pick.
That's a great pick.
I love this franchise, and I applaud.
I didn't play much Resident Evil.
I applaud seeing it on here.
I think I played the first one, and then I kind of just fell off.
I had the director's cut for that first one. Those dogs, when they jump through, and I remember as a kid being like, "What the heck?" And then it just kind of goes on from there. The shark scene and all that.
I can't hear the other two guys anymore.
Yep.
If they can hear me.
Agent Smith, Rayman, and Fallout are good.
I can only hear you. I can't hear. I can only hear you and Ben.
Oh, Kirk.
Interesting.
This has happened again.
He's muted.
What is going on?
I think he's been muted for a long time.
No, I hear him. I don't know.
Oh, really? Yeah, I can't hear him.
Ben, do you hear me?
Yeah, I hear everybody.
I don't know what's
going on. Hear the.
So what happened last time? Just so you know, if you want to hop out and then hop back in, it fixed it. I don't know why that happened. So I don't know. But
hey, religious fanboys in here. Bryce says I hear him. It's only you, Adam.
So I didn't really play much Resident Evil. I played it. I've played it for sure. I've never been a fan of horror. I don't want to play a game and just get scared. Like, it feels like it's defeating the purpose of me sitting down and like relaxing, and not necessarily that every game's relaxing, but that it's the antithesis of a comfort game. You know what I mean? And it's a discomfort game is what it is.
That would be fun. Some discomfort games. I've got a few of those. I got a big list of discomfort games.
As someone who's perpetually uncomfortable at any given point in the day, playing this thing just makes me feel regulated.
It's the opposite of
just
that.
Vibrating constantly.
Yeah.
I love that. That's a good pick, though. I thought about Resident Evil today. Maybe we'll see it later. I don't know.
I was playing it in bed right before I went to sleep.
Resident Evil 2.
No problem. Yeah, Resident Evil.
Ben, don't you stream that? Or no, have you not streamed that yet?
I haven't streamed it yet. I've been streaming
now you can.
This, my SNES Classic Mini that I got.
Yeah, so we have a good friend, the Retro Rewind podcast. He has all of those minis, and he streams and tries to beat every single game in the mini, and he's moved on, and he's done the SNES one already. I think he's in the Genesis now, right? I think Andy.
Saint-like patience.
Yeah. So, all right, Adam, what's your link?
Okay, so this one kind of, I would say, revolutionized racing with a wacky, fun take on it. Actually, racing, not racing, you'll see why in a second. I feel like it was a decent adventure game. Kind of goes back to the whole thing when I was talking about it was unforgiving a lot of times, and you had to be really good at timing wise with your jumps. But my number, what is this? Number two.
Link.
My number 2 is Crash Bandicoot
Woo!
for the PlayStation.
Wow. Wow.
Cool game.
And that, yeah, the Ooga Booga guy, right?
Ooga booga.
Ooga Booga. And you just grab it.
Aku. Yeah.
Aku. Dr. Nitro.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I love this pick because it's like the PlayStation Sonic / Mario.
Yeah.
I never really owned a Crash Bandicoot game in the 90s, but I played. My nephew, he had a PlayStation, and this was like one of the few games he had over there. So I only played it when I went to his house, and it's a fun game. You know, jumping on the boxes, getting the apples, the Ooga Booga guy. Yeah, you're kind of like
Peaches.
You're kind of always like going isometrically up basically in that first one at least,
to the side and up all the time.
And it was kind of you kind of like you said, unforgiving. There were a couple of jumps that was like, what the? I'm sure I made that.
Yeah,
but I don't like the way Spock is looking at me right now.
He is right. He's like, what side is he on? Yeah, he's over here.
Live long and prosper, my dudes.
Yeah.
Anybody?
I can't do it.
Logical.
With Crash, it's Vader time. That's what I always think of. But
it's Vader
time. With Crash Bandicoot, I feel like and maybe I'm wrong in this, like I feel like it's much more of a cult following than, and it was a big game for sure, but it's like when you talk to people who love video games, like Crash always comes up. Yeah. But I don't feel like I see it. Like it's certainly, I mean, do we compare it to a Mario? That's hard to do. But like, you know what I mean? It's not one that's always brought up unless you're talking to video game people. So
yeah, it's true.
But it's a great game. I love the game. I think it needs more love than what it got.
And they made racing.
Yeah.
It's a good game.
Which I had the racing one for Switch.
Yeah, I think I played Crash Bandicoot Racing more than I played Well, that's debatable because I played all the Crash Bandicoots. I even started trying to show my 7-year-old daughter, and then I was like, oh, wow, I'm about to rage quit because this game is frustrating. Now I remember why this is crazy. Let's just play this Crash Bandicoot, Crash Bandicoot Racing. It's easier. But, yeah.
Yeah. Great pick, though. Great pick. I love Crash Bandicoot. Way to go. Had to be on there. We're defining the 90s right now for sure. So, Kirk, let's keep it going.
Well, Andy, I'm going to define the 90s now.
I'll pitch here, maybe, but who knows?
It's not today. And it could be. It absolutely could be. Because I'm picking that system for sure. And these are my two favorite systems of all time. Well, no, sorry. PS2 is my favorite system of all time. That's more of the early 2000s. But PS1 and Super Nintendo are the two I have left. And the softball pitch, fellas, you've never been on the show. This one's called Link. And oftentimes this is where we fill in Zelda. You know, Zelda goes here at number 2. But no, not today. Not today. I'm going to go with the Dream Team, right? And for those guys that love RPGs, you probably know this, where I'm going. I did Super Nintendo top 4, and it wasn't in my top 4, mainly because it just wasn't a game I played a ton. But when you talk about defining a generation, I've played it plenty times since. It's probably the greatest, if not one of the greatest RPGs of all time. And it's because it brings together guys from Final Fantasy, Dragon Quest, Dragon Ball. It brings all kinds of folks in, and they made Chrono Trigger. So Chrono Trigger for the Super Nintendo, time travel. You play as Chrono, a teenage boy, and he goes back in time. The story is just intense. It's wonderful. If you're an RPG guy, which Andy is not, so he's going to totally be out the door on this one. But
I got to look up this. What is it? What is the
Chrono Trigger?
So I can't remember what it looks like.
All the way back 65 million BC, all the way until the end of times, the end of days. Wait, you are out of town, Kirk. Yes, I am out of town. I'm actually in Colorado, Bryce. But yeah, you go all over the place. Essentially, it's a Squaresoft game, which is what made Final Fantasies, which made many of the big RPGs, and Chrono Trigger was it, man. It's widely considered. It's in the running for greatest of all time RPG. So There you go. I'm going with the one that kind of changed it all, Chrono Trigger.
This cover doesn't do anything for what it is.
Oh, are you kidding me? The Akira Toriyama art is incredible.
I mean, yeah,
The
but it doesn't
soundtrack's
even
great.
like most of the covers for all these games back in the day were like trying to like do something crazy to make you want to play it. Some of the covers on this, it's crazy.
Yeah, so the guy that did Dragon Ball did that, and that's really cool. The guy who did Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest kind of combined to do the game, and then you have the sound. The sound came from other guys that kind of worked in hard in that stuff, so they called them the Dream Team. But
awesome.
Yeah, that's kind of the style of the 90s 2000 RPG, especially from Square. With that picture. But yeah, it's I mean, if Kevin was here,
1995.
Chrono Trigger is good to hear, says Bryce. Yeah, absolutely. Andy,
I just tuned you out. What were you talking about?
are you RPG?
Spell couch. C-O. You going to the mall later today?
Yeah.
Oh goodness.
Hey,
Anyway,
so Ben, you name drop there. Are you an RPG guy?
Oh yeah, like I love RPGs. Like
I kind of figured with the way you were going, you've gone Resident Evil, you've gone GoldenEye, and you've gone Metal Gear Solid. You can't get much closer to RPG without saying RPG with those three titles. So
yeah.
I figured you would probably like these, maybe.
Yeah, Chrono Trigger is incredible. I love it. I love it. It's so much fun. There's also like this weird secret thing you could do at the start of the game. I'm blanking on it right now, but there's like a very specific thing that you can only do if you just like wander around the first part of the level, and it kind of
like on the title screen, right? You kind of
yeah. It alludes to stuff that happens later on in the game, and I thought that was so weird and so cool that you could do something like that. And yeah, just and the music's really good, and Akira Toriyama's art is good. It's top notch.
So, fun fact: there's 13 different endings. Andy, how does that make you feel? 13 different endings you can get.
The only thing I want multiple endings for is Wayne's World.
Yeah, let's go.
Or the Clue movie.
Hey, real quick, Agent Smith, hold that thought because we're on kind of a little bit of a time crunch right here, but I will talk about that for sure here shortly.
Yeah.
Want to know about getting rid of physical copies?
Media. Kind of crazy.
Deal. Hey, let me get to my link real quick. I know Ben is on a time thing, so I'm going to get mine and then hopefully get his George, and then we're good there. But so my link coming in at number 2. This is the game that I think just completely changed everything in the video game landscape. It is like what this did was just such a fresh thing. Again, very similar to my Ocarina of Time pick. Already a well-established franchise, loved by millions and millions. Probably the face of video gaming for many people. But the one that I'm going to go with that defined the 90s for me is Super Mario 64.
All right.
I've got to go here. Everything Mario was already well established, like I said. But what it did with the whole 3D aspect of that, is it clunky today? Does it quite hold up exactly? No, maybe not. But they took a giant leap between where it came from and where it went with the N64. Really, I think beautifully explored what the 64 can do and was capable of doing. And like I said, that kind of changed the face of video gaming at that point, especially, the Mario franchise. Now we've had how many 3D iterations of this, moving from just a typical platformer to this 3D world concept. I love it. It's still super playable today. The issue is the camera angles. It's the camera that's recording you. Okay, get used to it. Once you play it for about 10 minutes, you get a hang of it really easily. And also, this game brought out the best of people and the worst of people, because every single one of you threw that penguin off of that mountain. You did it.
I know I did.
In front of its mom. So
I swear to goodness, you were going to say Pokemon Snap.
No, I'm not going to do that today. I'm not going to do that today. Don't worry.
Yes, it defined the 90s and that it was a shameless cash grab in order to rob poor children and their ever dwindling funds.
Mhm.
Oh, it's terrible.
Andy,
Steal
we
it
did
from
a
Fox.
top 4 shooters of all time, and that was his number 1 shooter of all time was Pokemon Snap.
I love
That was your top shooter?
shoot 'em up.
Now you know. Now you
It is-
know.
it is-
Now you
it
know.
is a
Next time
rail
you come on the
shooter.
show,
Yeah.
Adam,
It
how
is a rail
ridiculous sometimes
shooter
he gets.
without
Get
a
out,
gun
dude.
and a camera.
If
It's
that's your number
literally a
one,
mechanism.
you got to go, bro.
Yeah, it's I unapologetically love Pokemon Snap. So
That's awesome.
Yeah. Well, I love
wish
this
I
pick. You have wiped out the top 4 N64 games, in my opinion. They're all gone now. I don't know what I'm going to do for my honorable mention 64 game,
there's
I
a
still
ton.
have one. I still
but
got
we'll
one.
figure it out.
There's a ton more.
I mean, there are a couple left, but
There's a lot.
defining the generation, there's a couple. Yeah, this is a good pick. I had this as my other honorable mention, I might say. Obviously, because it's Mario. Obviously, because the 64 did things different. I played it a little bit more when it was on the double screen. So I played Mario 64 on the double screen quite a bit, and I enjoyed it. So good game, fun stuff. All right, we're to the Georgia number 1, and we've kind of gone in a hurry. We don't usually go this fast, but we got some time straits today, and that's fine. Agent Smith, probably going to talk about that what you just said here in a second. So, Cosmic Ben, you're up first. What is your George? The number 1, George Washington, greatest game.
All right, so I know I've thrown everyone for a loop with several narrative picks, but this one to me defined the 90s in that it was also one of the last times you'd ever get something like this of this magnitude again, and it was Mario Kart 64, just an absolute weekender, a banger. Whether you were 10 or 20, it did not matter. You were always playing Mario Kart on the weekends in the 90s and into the early 2000s. The blue turtle shell would destroy friendships. It would win and lose races. It was great. It was so much fun.
One game.
I'm 100% on board with this pick. There goes your 5th 64 game. I believe that this is the 64 game that holds up the best today.
It does.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely. I like it.
It's
That's a good pick.
honestly comfort game throwing it.
I mean, the kids that that I know are still playing it now, and they're still getting in fights. So it's holding up.
Now, I love playing Mario Kart 8 with my kids. Currently, actually, my daughter and I were playing it on the airplane here to Colorado. I love any kind of Mario Kart game. My favorite, personally, is probably Double Dash from GameCube.
Oh yeah.
I've been reintroduced to it because of Kevin, and man, that game is so much fun. I enjoyed hot topic here. I enjoy, the Super Nintendo version, right? But it doesn't hold up at all. But I loved that game as a kid. I mean, it was so awesome. I unfortunately never played Mario Kart 64 as a kid. Dude, have you played it as an adult yet, Bryce?
Yeah, I didn't have friends with 64 for the most part.
I think that Mario Kart 64 is the best of the franchise, and it's the
Probably, yeah, for sure.
hill I'm dying on.
I found
I have
Now, I
one
haven't
friend.
played the new one, the Switch 2 version of the Mario Kart World or whatever. I haven't done that. I heard it's great.
It is good.
Lot of
I
fun.
played that
illusion
one.
of voice. There's the illusion. There's like 700 people to choose from now. You know,
It's a ridiculous
And
amount.
You hate that option.
I don't.
And you can
like-
customize each character's what your vehicle is, what your
It's
color
like
is,
spending
what
3
your
hours on Netflix.
Andy wants way less options.
You can
Put
play
him
as
in a
a cow.
box.
What more do you want? You can play as a
I
cow.
want more
Right, no
options. He
RPG.
wants less.
I want to go. I want, and it's not. It's this is a tangent, but it's going to make sense for this. I want to go to a place like Raising Cane's, right? Where, and I'm not saying Cane's is the best place, but that business model where I've got how much of it do I want? That's it. We serve one thing. Like I don't have to be paralyzed with choice. Give me something good. Don't give me 1,000 things mediocre. Give me one thing fantastic. And I
Hey,
feel
let's
like-
talk about our buddy Quentin. He's here, and he says my top 4 are Tekken 3, Rampage 2,
Universal.
WCW Nitro, which is a
WCW.
banger.
Let's
And
go.
Dragon Ball Z Ultimate Battle 22. Man.
Those have not even been mentioned today.
Let's
Those are
go.
one of those. So
Well, you know, Quentin always comes off with some left
love
field
it.
stuff.
I love that.
I love the Nitro pick.
I can give you my George.
Yes.
Quentin, here we go, buddy. So my number one, my George, is I think it like had a good run. I think it's still happening today in tournament style. I can't hold any weight to that anymore these days, but it was a great, cool fighting game. It rivaled other fighting games that were out there like Street Fighter and things like that. And I'm gonna go with Tekken.
Nice.
Yes.
One time.
Literally
Definitely a 90s
shaped
pick
my
for
life.
sure.
Tekken Tag was the best Tekken they made, only for the sure aspect that you can play a bunch of different characters and you can pick a bunch of different characters and play 8 straight battles in a row, and you can do it random. You can pick your favorites. Tekken Tag. My family, we used to have guys. Well, how I got into the board game hobby is we'd have game night, and when I left my parents' house and got my own place, I'd have my brothers, my brother-in-laws, and my dad, and we'd have Tekken Tag night, darts, and board games.
Man,
That's what we did.
That's a good pick. I was not a Tekken guy. I mean, I played it. I played it. I played it in the arcade more than anywhere else. Dropped a few quarters in there.
Yeah.
But as far as fighting games, we've done fighting games. I don't know that Tekken even made my fighting games list.
Really?
But
Oh man.
not because it's a bad game. That's the one thing we always misunderstand. Just because you didn't make the list don't mean it's a bad game. It's an amazing game. It just doesn't have the nostalgia with my travels. And it's a fun game. King, I love King.
Let me ask Quincy, who's your favorite? Who would you fight me against? I would pick Jack 2 versus whoever Quincy picks. That's my go-to. Or
he wants to know if you ever played the mini bowling game.
The mini bowling game. I have. I think it's terrible, but it is fun.
So Quentin, who's your go-to Tekken guy?
Yeah.
While that's happening, Ben, did you like Tekken?
I did, yeah. I was making a joke around. It's like I love Tekken and how there's like 1,000 different versions of Jin Kasama.
There is.
I would always play as Kuma or Bob. Kuma and
Bob,
were
dude,
my favorites.
Kuma's cool. Bob's cool.
I was King.
King was my guy.
Yeah.
King, Armor King.
And what's the Yoshimitsu?
Yoshimitsu, samurai,
the sword guy, like cyborg sword dude.
Yeah.
Yoshimitsu's great.
Heihachi with the
Heihachi.
static.
Sweet hair. He had Wolverine's hair from the
he kind of jumped into some other places. He was in Soul Calibur and he was in Final Fight. I think was it Final Fight? Maybe. Anyways, good stuff.
Yeah, that's my George.
All right. Well, Andy, you could have probably had one choice, gun to your head type situation. You're guessing this game for me.
Yep.
So my number one, it's my favorite franchise of all time. Kind of already mentioned it a little bit, but I'm going PlayStation and I'm going Final Fantasy VII, and it is to me.
I know that's where I was at. I was like, I hope someone says it.
To me, it's what I did in the 90s. In the 90s, my high school years, if I wasn't playing baseball or like trying to find a way to get in trouble, if I was sitting at home doing nothing, I was grinding this game. Talk about defining the 90s for me. I mean, I have so many moments thinking about this game. I haven't played any of the remaster stuff just because I haven't purchased it. Reason being, like Andy said, today my time is much, much less that I get an opportunity to play games. And so sometimes I'll pick the game up and I want to buy it. And I'm like, okay, $60. Am I going to get $60 worth out of this? Because usually I buy games now and they just get on the shelf. I wish I had more time. I wish you had more time. But I wish I had more time to play games like that. I love RPGs. Final Fantasy VII isn't the one that started it for me. Final Fantasy 1 for Nintendo is what started it for me. But Final Fantasy VII, just mind-blowing. 3 discs, all the action sequences, everything that Andy hates about RPG started there. And I love almost every iteration of Final Fantasy. Anything Square puts out, I love it. But if you're a role-playing guy, I am. I think this defines the 90s for me the best.
That's your favorite character?
Excuse me?
What was your favorite character? You had one person to pick?
I probably like Barrett the most because he had the cool gun cannon thing. I did like
Thank
Red.
God it's not what
Red
everybody
and
else would
Vincent.
pick.
Those guys were cool. I mean, every character is cool in its own way. I mean, Sid was awesome in that round. Sid's in almost every episode. But, I mean, you can't go wrong with Cloud either. I mean, Cloud is the main dude.
You know that Magic
Listen,
dropped.
the Aerith scene where she dies. Sorry, Andy. I know you.
It's a heartbreak.
that I
It's a
broke that
tearjerker.
I was about to play the game.
might be the most heartbreaking thing I had ever seen in video games at that moment. I mean,
was really sad.
Video games is past that now, but that death sequence, I was like, wait, what? We don't get to play with her anymore? What?
Yeah.
Nah.
It's so funny. Like
Fun game.
Final Fantasy VII, I love it to death. And frequently, like in my daily life, almost all the time, when I do something or I finish something or whatever, I do the da 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 da.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, "What is
Dude,
wrong with you?" I'm like,
grinding
"Oh,
that
it's so
game.
good."
I mean, I have put some hours in. Andy, finish your George, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this will be the first game that I mentioned tonight. Not on the 64. My George, believe it or not from the 64. B, that I don't have a copy of it right here with me. But when I think of defining the 90s, this again will not be a shocker for anyone. I mentioned I don't have a copy of it, but I do have a prop that I would like to a prop that I would like to show off. My George comes from the year, it's like 96, 95, 96. I'm staying with Nintendo, but I'm going to go with the Game Boy.
Whoa.
Because this started as a game and because of the cultural impact that has come from this as a game. I mean, this defined not just the 90s. This defined pop culture. This is just transcends everything. And I'm going to go Pokemon Red and Blue. I'm going here, but here's my little Snorlax that I got that looks like he's censored. That's funny.
That's hilarious that he's censored on his belly.
Yeah, I know, right? By the way, side fact, Snorlax is the best Pokemon that's out there anyway.
The commander in thickness, as I call him.
Yeah. But, this game, I mean, the fact that all of this began with this video game, right? This was the start of Pokemon. It wasn't the cards, it wasn't the show, it wasn't the movies, it wasn't all these other things. It was this game on Game Boy.
Yeah.
It started it all, and then everything that came from it, right?
It was the first game I had for my Game Boy.
Yeah, it's what's so cool about Pokemon and interesting for me, and I mention it every time we talk about it. I don't like RPGs. I don't really care for anime. But it's the two things. There's so much nostalgia tied into it. We talked about Pokemon just a couple weeks ago, and the nostalgia that I had tied into it of collecting cards as a kid and the stories and just all of these different things. I absolutely love Pokemon. Now, there's like 1,000 Pokemon now that I don't even know. I'm sticking to the 151 to start this off. But I mean, the show Coming Home, right? But it all, again, goes back to this game. I can't tell you how many countless hours I put on the Game Boy playing Pokemon Red, Yellow, but ultimately Yellow and just all of that. I absolutely adore this game. I love it so much. Is it a turn-based RPG? Absolutely it is. But if you go back to our episode, we did an episode on RPGs, and I hate RPGs, and I went Pokemon, right? It's my favorite shoot 'em up. I mean, anytime I can mention Pokemon anytime I can talk about Pokemon when we have a Rushmore, I'm going to mention it. This is the GOAT. This is, I think, the best fitting as far as what defines the 90s.
It's a good one.
It's a good pick.
And
And I
on the
applaud it
handheld
because it's an
genre.
RPG. I love doing it with my son as far as collecting the new cards and stuff. He helped me do the Pokemon Rushmore we did like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And it's an Entei kind of day. That's what I was told. So yeah, he's not on your list. But good pick. I'm glad it's not Pokemon Snap.
Yeah.
It didn't define the 90s.
I
It defined a
concur.
lot of my childhood, but not the 90s. And I think
Yeah,
that
just good. And look, I do want to say hello to Prime. Prime in the house. Optimus
Yeah.
Prime. And then how about Leo? Leo Adam is what Quentin says. Leo.
hey, let me say this because
Leo,
it's
you are
brand.
okay. Not
It's
bad.
been on brand for what we talked about. For those that enjoy Pokemon, what's the go-to? I already told you mine. Snorlax. That's my guy.
Blastoise.
I'm gonna have to go Charizard because it channels my inner Pokemon.
Great pick.
It's Snorlax for me, but I have like a mini Rushmore of Pokemon, which is Snorlax, Psyduck, Squirtle, Farfetch just because he's funny looking, and Dragonite because he has a little.
So a lot of those don't normally get mentioned on people's, but I love that. The Psyduck pick was fun.
You
Psyduck
guys
is
are nerds.
cool.
I designed a
nerds.
tattoo of Psyduck on a therapist chair with a headache.
Do you really?
Yeah,
That's
I'm gonna get it.
amazing.
I'm gonna get it inked on me by a board game industry person.
That is fantastic.
She runs
Dude,
first.
that's fantastic.
She's a tattoo artist and has only Psyduck tattoos on her.
Wait, how do I not know about this? Let's look at this. Let's go.
She's great. She's great. She's a
I need a
kid.
Pokemon tattoo. That's what I
All
need.
right. Awesome. Well, listen, I don't need a Pokemon tattoo.
Neither
But
do I. But
I
I'll get
wouldn't be
another tattoo.
against the Pokemon tattoo if it was the right tattoo. I mean, I wouldn't. I mean, I'm not against most of it. Hey, look, Prime's in the house. Metal Gear's solid pick. Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, Virtual Fighter, GoldenEye, 64, Mario, 64, Resident Evil, and Marvel arcade games. Almost. Not all of them have been mentioned, but many of those have been mentioned today. And since you're saying it, and you gave us some honorable mentions, it's time for that. Honorable mentions. We call them the Benjamins because Benjamin Franklin missed the mountain. He just missed the mountain. So we call them Benjamins. Let's get it. Now, Ben, you hanging around?
Yeah, I got a few extra minutes.
Hanging around. Anyways,
That is
listen,
very
we're enjoying having you. And so we call them the Benjamins, honorable mentions. Here's how it goes. Ben, you're going to go first, and then Adam, and then me, and then Andy. But then in the second round, it's Andy, me, Adam, Ben, and then Ben, Adam, me, Andy, Andy, me, Adam, Ben. So Ben, you get the first pick and you get the last pick. That's kind of our gift to you for starting off the show.
Right.
Andy will get back-to-back picks on the bookend. Now, here's the catch. This is a little different than the other one. We can't say anything that's already been mentioned. And once somebody mentioned it, it's off the table. Mm-hmm. So now that you've heard our votes and kind of where we live, you kind of know what you want to take first because Adam might take it or I might take it or Andy gets 2 picks, right? And so I'm like, man, I got to, before I get my next pick, Andy gets 2. So sometimes we got to try and figure out which one you want. So it's not always the top now. It's how can you build your best list left? And also, we don't need to share a whole ton about them. Honorable mentions is just that. It's a mention. And so we're just talking a little bit about it and we move on. It's the draft. So this is our second round. You're up first. What just missed your 90s defining game mountain?
Come on, Ben.
Ocarina of Time because I didn't beat it until I was an adult. And once again, I told everybody I was going to go see my girlfriend, but it was Princess Zelda and she was missing for most of the game.
So
a real thing.
So Ben, Ocarina was mentioned already, though.
Oh, yikes. Okay. Well, then the other one that also just missed it, it's a very weird pick. It was this really weird game, Buck Bumble. and it just had this like really relentless theme song that I just was like constantly saying to myself under my breath on the bus for like a solid,
we mentioned this
year.
game in one episode. I think Kirk, you mentioned it.
It's a good shooter too.
Buck Bumble's a fun game.
Wow, cool.
That's crazy.
All right. Adam, we're to you. What missed your mountain?
All right. So this one, I feel like really should be on someone's mountain. I thought it was going to be on someone's mountain, but Lara Croft.
Yeah.
Good. Tomb Raider.
Yeah, good pick.
Tomb Raider.
Nice pick.
Iconic.
Hey, look, that is a great
had
pick.
a lot of different crazy styles.
Yeah, I remember just being a prepubescent boy wanting to play, Lara Croft.
Yeah, everybody.
Anyways, that was one of those first games where like, wait, you could play as a girl, and what is she wearing? Oh, right. Look at the graphics. That's weird. Yeah. Good pick. All right, so Andy, I'm up before you, and I got to get my 64 pick in before you take it. So there's a couple here. But when I talk about groundbreaking, 90s defying, what's left here, I think I have to go Star Fox 64.
Good pick. Very good pick.
Nice. You know, the 3D elements that brought Star Fox in. And, I mean, you already guys mentioned all the ones I would have mentioned. With what's left, I got to go Star Fox 64.
Super replayable because you can get it done. Now, you can do a lot in it, but you can finish it in like an hour.
Yeah, the whole game?
Not the whole, like one track through. There's all kinds of side things, but you can beat Andros in an hour, basically.
Which you did not long back, right?
Yeah, it was. You can run through. You got to sit down and commit some time, but I mean,
and you find a different version of Andros depending on how your pathway leads you to the end of the game.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. And the new one just came out.
Version really quickly.
I would love to play that new one. And I heard somebody posted a thing. It showed a picture of it, full game run YouTube play, and it was like an hour and 30 minutes. And the comments were like, how are we still just putting an hour and 30-minute games out? And I was thinking to myself, man, Andy would be like, gosh, it's an hour and 30 minutes. I was thinking complete opposite. Yeah. Anyways, Andy, you get 2 picks.
Yeah. I'm kind of somewhat slightly changing track in my Benjamins. These are more so games that just define my 90s. And I'm going to go with, I mentioned Super Mario 64, but the GOAT of Mario games for me is Super Mario World for the Super Nintendo. It is the standard of games there. It is absolutely Super Mario World. Getting Yoshi, getting to play as Luigi and Mario, that animation, the soundtrack, everything about it is absolutely beautiful and the most replayable game from retro times.
It's a good one.
Love that game. And then for me, just personally, my favorite game of the 90s, my favorite game growing up, Kirk, you could probably guess this one. I'm going with Donkey Kong Country for the Super Nintendo.
Yes, let's go.
I love Donkey Kong.
Back-to-back SNES. I like it.
I love the SNES. In fact, when I put my kids to sleep, I'm probably going to play some Donkey Kong Country. So.
Heck yeah.
And what I love about that, you went back-to-back SNES, and you left the best of the SNES left. And I'm going with my next pick, which was the softball pitch I'm going with Link to the Past. Zelda Link to the Past is, listen, it's king. It is king as far as I go with games in Super Nintendo world. I loved playing this game. I still play it quite a bit. And, I'm glad I was able to nab that. So now all I have is Genesis and PlayStation left. And that kind of might curb the way you guys are drafting here now. But, Adam, what's your next one?
Yeah, I don't think this was like a game changer for the 90s generation. But for me, it was the first dinosaur game I ever played. And so for 64, it's Turok.
Yes! Weird controls. Now the 64
crazy, hard as heck game to play.
That game's hard.
Like crazy hard. I don't even think I made it past level 3. I don't even know. Like,
and those dinosaurs,
it was cool because there was dinosaurs and you could shoot them.
Yeah. And you got to use
dinosaurs come up quite a bit on the show,
Sure.
especially when we're in video games and movies. It's just the type of people we have on. And
I love
Turok's been
dinosaurs.
mentioned quite a few times. Good pick.
Hey, Turok, I think it's Turok 2 or 3 is really good.
Is it? I see. I never got past. I got to check it out now.
Now, and Turok 1 is laid the foundation for everything, but it got way better.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It is 2 or
So
3.
Ben, you get back-to-back picks. Now,
thank
Adam's
God.
next to draft. If you know something that Adam's kind of sleeping on, you might want to grab it.
All right, so my back-to-back picks, I'm gonna do them kind of rapidly. So one of them is gonna be a weird pick, but it defined my 90s in that I was obsessed with this particular franchise, and that is Star Wars: Shadows of the Empire.
Yes.
Wow, let's go.
And all of these like the books and other media around it, I was obsessed with it, and that game was so much fun.
I
You
still
got to
love
play
Star
as
Wars.
not Han Solo, and you got to do the run of Hoth. I loved wrapping the snowspeeder around the AT-ATs.
Yes.
It was good times. And the other pick I have, and thank goodness I get two of them, is Pokemon Stadium. All of them. Excellent games.
Well done.
You had the carnival. You had the rock, paper, scissors of playing against your buddy in their Pokemon lineup. It's so good.
I think it was it that game where it was there was like the little mini game that you were in a sushi restaurant or something?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
I
that was
love that.
specifically- I love it.
Which, talking about physical media, what's his name said something about physical media, and PlayStation kind of nixed it today, talking about at the end of next year they're done. Which, I mean, as a collector now, I really see it. I don't really care that the new stuff is done. I don't really play a lot of the new stuff anymore. I play the old stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, we knew that's where it was going, right? I mean, look at CDs, look at records. It's kind of how DVDs. Nobody really buys that stuff new anymore for something brand new, right? That's just not what we do. So
you just download
it's
it
what I
right to the
expected.
device.
But the reason I brought that up, right? He said Pokemon Stadium. That's one of the highest paying games if you want a hard copy of it, especially in good condition. You got to pay pretty pennies for it.
Mm-hmm.
I have
both of them.
64 here, but it wasn't like complete in box and that whole deal. It wasn't that kind of stuff. It was just a loose cart, and it was still one of my more expensive ones.
Oh yeah.
Good pick.
I got
Adam, where are
both
you
of them.
going?
Good.
Yeah, so I had a couple teetering on outside of the 90s, but I decided to bring it back to the 90s. And then I'll throw out my 2000 pick randomly here. But my follow-up 90s here again, I think it was, and maybe it was just to my friends, but horror-ish theme, zombies, Dead or Alive.
Zombies Dead or Alive.
So like it had a big crazy hand, right?
Yeah.
It was like creepy as heck.
DOA,
They had like
when you first said it, I thought you were going Zombies Ate My Neighbors.
I thought so too.
yeah, that's a good one too.
Super Nintendo game.
Yeah, that's a fantastic game. Yeah.
But Dead or Alive was pretty fun. I think
Alive.
what brought it in for us is that you could play multiple people because we used to landline stuff and play and hook up a bunch of Xboxes. I'm pretty sure it can play more than 4. But that was always really fun, and it was kind of creepy. You got the kid crying somewhere in there in the dark, and then it would just attack you or whatever. Like all your friends and you would be sitting on the couch together, just like trying not to like who's gonna jump first, right? So
Awesome.
All right, well, it's my turn. I will jump in and do Genesis. I'll do the Genesis. And it's been mentioned a couple times in relation to some other games mentioned today. But when I think of the Genesis and I think of fighting games, I'm going with the original Mortal Kombat, Blood, Code, the whole nine. Playing in the arcade was, dude, I worked at KB Toys back then in high school. And
Did you really? That's
quarters
Great
in.
toy store.
Man, I put tons of quarters in there in high school. But yeah, having the Blood Code and doing all that was just, it was it. So Scorpion was my guy.
Who was your favorite character?
Scorpion.
Scorpion. Nice. Yep.
Sub-Zero probably two. I love the idea of Kano.
Now,
but each
now
set,
MK3, it's Cabal.
Cabal. Yes.
Yeah.
Cabal.
I liked Kenshi
Yeah.
later on.
Yeah.
It's very Keanu.
Like Qui-Gon Jinn
trilogy.
All right, back-to-back picks real quick. So you went MK. I was holding on to MK or this next one. I was going to go one way or the other, depending on where you went. So let's just do it. I'm going to go Street Fighter 2.
Yep.
That's the other one that we had.
Blanca.
Had a lot of Blanca's the guy. I always like to play as Vega for whatever reason. Kind of reminded me of Wolverine. It was kind of that.
So in order to play Vega, you would have to do like the Street Fighter 2 Champion Tournament, Fast, Hyper.
There's like 7,000 versions of
edition.
So, but I do love that game, Street Fighter 2. A lot of great memories with that one. And then for my last pick, again, because this is where I'm gonna throw my obscure one that I have to talk about anytime I talk about 90s video games. This is one that defined my 90s. May not define many people's 90s, but for sure for me, I'm gonna go with the Sega Genesis. And I'm going to Rocket Knight Adventures. I love this game.
I know you love that game.
Super awesome platformer.
Andy, you should pick that game up just to have it.
I need a Genesis. That's the problem.
No, just to have the game in the
Genesis
background.
Reissue.
You talk about it so much.
Put it on the wall.
I love Rocket Knight Adventures so much.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to leave the PlayStation left, and I mean this kind of fell in my lap. Ben mentioned Resident Evil 2. Here's a veteran move, by the way. We call them veteran moves when you kind of slide in an extra pick.
Yep.
I was going to go Resident Evil here, but you win Resident Evil 2, which I'll just move on to my next pick from the PlayStation. And I think it's the greatest Castlevania game of all time, Symphony of the Night.
Yeah.
And
I can play the theme on the guitar. The Bloody Tears.
The music, the game,
awesome.
It started Metroidvania, that whole thing. I mean, Metroid started it, obviously, and then the old Castlevania games, but this is the one that kind of did it, and everybody kind of jumped on. Castlevania Symphony of the Night. It is it's probably on my Rushmore of favorite or best games of all time, if we're going to do best games. So that's going to be mine, what was left, since you took Resident Evil 2, and I'll avoid Resident Evil 1. Symphony of the Night is the greatest game of all time.
Also,
Kevin's still hanging around.
Symphony of Destruction by Megadeth is one of the greatest songs of all time. So,
Pretty sweet.
Anyway,
Symphony of the Night is so
Adam,
good.
Your last pick, Adam.
Yeah, mine kind of got, my honorable mention got taken back in the actual picks. Mine was going to be Final Fantasy if we got here. I didn't think it was going to hold up. But I will throw out my early 2000 pick just for funsies. That did redefine an entire generation, and I might not be on games of 2000s that define the generation, but Halo.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Which was the one don't say anything. And then
Well,
Halo
GoldenEye
is so cool.
It's the game that now we could get Halo. That's what it feels like.
Good pick,
Right?
man. That's a great pick.
I mean, I waited outside my local GameStop at 10 o'clock at night to get it before advanced copy, and then my buddy and I played it all night long until the morning. We fell asleep. My brother woke up some point in the middle of the morning after we went to sleep. He thought he was starting from the beginning. He played the last level and beat the game for us. And when we woke up, he had already beaten it, and he was confused to why there was only one level left. And we were like, "You're the worst." And we started back over. So yeah.
Yeah. So Prime says first Metroidvania was Vampire Killer, the Castlevania #1 for MSX in Japan. Correct. But on our side of the world, not everybody got to play that. So this is the one that kind of introduced everybody to me. But you're right. Vampire Killer is a cool game too, which I actually have played that game. So, all right, Ben, finish off this second round mountain.
Right.
What's left?
So I'm going to fire off this one, and then I'm going to have to unfortunately go.
Yeah.
But my last pick is going to be actually Castlevania 4. I love Castlevania 4. I love swinging the whip around. The music's iconic. I love Vampire Killer. and Tears of Blood and all those songs.
Castlevania 4 was on my Super Nintendo Rushmore. I love it. The music, gosh,
so good. And
the
the
music
animation
in that game is groundbreaking to me. You talk about music games, Castlevania games have to be there for sure.
Yeah.
Because we were, talking about that. This is a good pick. I love where we went today.
That Mode 7 animation,
yeah,
3D animation.
Swinging, how you swung the whip around, I remember like, wait, you get to actually kind of control it now.
So cool. You just do this. And you can moonwalk upstairs.
And then the actual grapple, like Indiana Jones type thing. That was cool too. Hey, look, before you head out, first off, Ben, thanks for coming on short notice.
No problem.
This is the show that we normally do. We do video games for 2 months. We've already got all those booked, guys. I'm about to share with you what's coming up. And one of them, Adam, I was going to say, is video game memories. Nice. And what you just shared would probably be on your Rushmore of video game memories. We're going to do that later in the month. Nice. But before you head out, Ben, can you tell everybody who's left in the chat, maybe they didn't hear it earlier, what's your favorite thing? What's your favorite thing about Cosmic Ben?
My favorite thing about me is that I am unpredictably always putting out something randomly, whether it's a potential short film that I'm going to get funding for, my album, or doing stand-up in a city near you, or just popping up doing random stuff. I love working. So my favorite thing about me is my sporadic creativity and how I express it.
That's awesome. So where can people find you?
You can find me
if they want to follow anything.
You can find me at Cosmic Ben on Instagram, or you can hopefully see me somewhere in your local comedy clubs in the near future or at board game conventions.
Perfect.
Heck yeah.
Perfect. Well, Ben, thanks for coming on. And we really appreciate you, and we'd love to have you on again if we can line up another topic.
Yeah. I mean, I have a very weird schedule, but nothing is impossible. Absolutely.
True.
Yeah. So, Adam, do you want to hang on for the last round, or you got to go too?
My phone's gonna die, so I have to go too.
Okay. Well, share your last. All about tabletop vibes and how people can find you.
Yeah, I mean, so Tabletop Vibes is essentially just taking my passion for people and board gaming and kind of putting it together to share that with the entire world. So that's the idea. And so you can find Tabletop Vibes on YouTube, Instagram. We have a website, and then all the other social media platforms out there. So, yeah, it's been a blast.
Man, totally appreciate you coming on. We'd love to have you back on again. Again, we lined it up to be in games because you talk games of a different type, but we haven't done board games yet. It was an idea that we thought of maybe in the first year, and it got missed. We used to do a nostalgia topic. John Stout, FYI, we'd love to have you on the show too. I was going to reach out to you from your comment last week on the Spies. We'd love to have you on. We're booking movies.
I think
and
I
music.
lost your sound again from you talking again. It's gone.
Oh man,
both of you. Yeah, now
anyways.
both of you now. I think Ben messed it up. Let's blame Ben.
Ben must have messed it up. Here, let's see.
Blame
Can
Benjamin
we do this?
for ruining this?
Hold on.
But yeah, it's now both sounds off for me on both.
Brute.
Kind of crazy.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
No, is it me? Is it still me? Still nothing.
I hear.
Well,
hi, man.
Good night. So, Andy, hey, why don't you fix? Yeah, there you go.
Let's
Andy.
do that. Finish the show. We can do the wheel round.
Well, I don't have the wheel, so what I was going to do is just pick a random game and do it. I can do it with you, though. And let me shout out what's coming up next.
We can live broadcast 82-0 and see who gets a better team.
Oh, we could do that. That'd be fun. Hey, I never even heard of that game when you sent it to me. I was like,
it's so fun. I don't know why.
Yeah, we could do an 82 now. That'd be fun. Let me tell everybody what's coming up next. and then we'll get out of here. We'll do. Let's see. So next week we're off because we have camp, and the camp is all week, so we'll miss that. But the week after that, we'll get right back into video games. We'll get kind of trucking along, and our very first one back is going to be with Owazrum and RNG Gamer. So RNG Gamer and Owazrum, they're coming on, and they're going to do Sega Master System games. Then the next week, which is July 23rd, we're going to have P and X, which is Pammy and Javi. They are going to come on and do top 4 handheld games of all time. And then on July 30th, to finish off the month, we're going to do games we wish we could play for the first time again. Yeah. Now, that one is going to have a little bit of a spin because, to me, Andy, I think what makes a lot of games replayable is the idea that it's still fun. I think, for me, thinking of these, a lot of these games are going to be games that aren't replayable. They were a good one-time play. I mean, I'm just thinking out loud, out of the box. Like, the reason I want to go back and play it again for the first time is because I don't want to know
the first time.
I don't want to know where all those tricks and tips and things are, and kind of go through it again. But Symphony of the Night is again and again and again and again. And then, Andy, this is going to be a tough one for you. Monado Max and Bryce JW are coming on, and we're going to do the top 4 Switch games of all time. Minzy from Nintendo Land and Tony Rourke and possibly Shane, who was supposed to be on tonight from Game Central Station, are coming on. They haven't nailed out their topic completely, but I think they're going to pick collectibles. So your top 4 video game collectibles of all time. Now, I'm assuming, like, what are the most collectible games? But there are some other things like plushies and other things that might jump into there, cards and other kind of like cabinets and things. So I think they're leaning on collectibles, but we'll see. Adam Forrester, who is the Retro Beard, and Heather, who is Pixel Parts, they actually own the Rocket City Retro Fest. And they go to all these conventions and sell those. What do you call them? Not plastic. They're not polyurethane. What do they call those things? That material. The signs that are like clear plastic that you look through. Red.
Enamel? I don't
remember. It will come to my head after we go off.
Yeah.
They sell all those signs, and they break that time. They're coming on, and they actually are the ones that picked. They picked comfort games. They're the ones that picked comfort games, and I got to type that in because I hadn't typed it in here yet. And then, last but not least, gaming memories with Retro Vault. Him and his wife. Getting old sucks. I can remember anything either. Yeah. Oh, gosh, what is it called? It's not silicone. It's not polyurethane. What is the name of that material? It's like thick plastic, dude. What in the heck?
Fiberglass?
No. I'll think of it as soon as we get off. Anyways, Andy, 82-0, you ready?
Yes. All right. So what's the premise here is one round. If you've never played this game,
well, let's show it. Let's show it.
So this is 82-0, which my camera is going to be blurry. It's literally, the app's just called 82-0. You spin a wheel, you get a decade and a team, and you've got to put together a starting 5, and they give you a record based on it. Which my top team that I've ever had is 78-4. I mean, that's just. So 4 losses. What in the world, man?
The top that I've gotten is 8 losses. So that is what?
That's 76 and 8. 74 and 8.
74 and 8. That's the best I've done so far. There it is, 82 now. Now, Andy, have you done? I'm assuming you're doing that on Classic, right? Have you done Hoop IQ?
I've not gone to that yet.
Dude, I did a Hoop IQ, and my best one was the one I sent you.
Really? Yeah.
I sent it to you. And I was like, "Look at this Hoop IQ." I was like 70.
Yeah, but they take all the stats away from that one.
You don't have any stats. You just got to guess by who you think.
I like that. That's kind of a cool one to do. Let's go Classic.
Right, Classic.
And I want you to let me see. Let me on.
It always starts with ATL 60s.
Well, because ATL, I think alphabetically in the 60s is the furthest it goes back.
All right.
Let's take the blur away so that when I show my screen, we got no issues there. All right. So, all right. You want to do your 5 first? You go ahead and give me your 5. Give me your 5. Spin the wheel. Also, you do get 1 decade respin or team respin per.
Okay, so I got Oklahoma City in the 20s.
Oh, so you got Shy.
I'm going SGA, baby.
SGA, baby. You got to go SGA on that one. Yeah, for sure.
Sure. And do I put him at point guard or shooting guard? That's the big deal.
PG though, points per game. Shoot. I give him the ball to shoot. I give him the green light.
Yeah, I'm going.
I'm looking at point guards like a Steve Nash who's got like.
Yeah, I'm going shooting guard.
Assists per game or something.
I'm going shooting guard.
I like that. Shooting guard's the way to go for that.
All right, spin. All right. Okay.
I don't know how many people that are joining a defining the 90s video.
So I landed on the San Antonio Spurs of the 10s, and.
So who do you have?
I don't really love that of the 10s.
So you can change the era, or
Timmy Duncan sitting here.
I was gonna say that's towards the end.
Towards the end, his numbers aren't fantastic. Kawhi Leonard.
I'm just saying when you land and you can pull out Wilt.
So I'm going to go Timmy Duncan, but I'm not going to put him in the center spot. I'm going to put him in the power forward spot. He's the greatest power forward of all time.
Yeah. Another great spin that you can get is Luka Doncic. I mean, he's averaging 30.
Spinning.
Stupid. Is that Milwaukee?
Milwaukee in the 10s.
You're going to get Giannis. Get the Greek freak, baby. Yeah, that's
Giannis, and he can go in every position.
Yeah,
he
same
with play point guard.
LeBron. Hey, you put Giannis at the point at the 1. Put him at the 1. Why? I mean, I just don't know. You're not utilizing him like you. I mean, he's taking the ball.
I'm going to be missing out on the assists if I go there.
What's his APG?
4.
That's not fantastic.
Yeah, I'm going to go with him at the small forward.
Yeah.
Even though he's not small.
Nothing small about him, but yeah, that's what's open. This is a good little list you got rocking right now.
Miami.
Oh my gosh.
Dang it. Of the 80s.
Now you can respin a decade right here if you want to go for it. You can respin your decade and hope to get the 10s. If you get Miami in the 10s, you talk
20s.
Okay, you got some good stuff there. You're gonna have probably Harden on there. Did he play? No, he was.
So I can't take Butler. I can't take Hero. I can't take Wiggins. I have to go with.
Pulled a center yet? Have you pulled
Bam Adebayo?
It's a good pick.
Or Victor Oladipo or Terry Rozier. I'm going Bam, and he can only go in my center.
Bam,
which I've already got 2 centers. I got 3 centers now. Now I'm spinning for the point guard.
All right, here's your point guard.
Come on, baby.
Chicago of the 90s.
Lakers in the 60s. Give me the logo.
What a spin. I want to know. I mean, you got Jerry West.
Dang it.
Where you at?
I'll keep the number.
Okay, keep the yeah. I like that. Okay, I like that. All right, so classic. Here we go. Atlanta, the 60s. No, I'm just let's do it. We've got Milwaukee, the 2000s.
Oh, that's a good pick.
Do I want to go Ray? Do I want to go Glenn Robinson?
Big dog Glenn Robinson.
Gary Payton's even there. Richard Jefferson. Michael Redd. I'm going to go Ray Allen.
I'm thinking you got to go with
shooting guard. Give me Ray.
He's the 3rd best shooter of all time.
Bang! All right. Now I got Lakers 2000s. Give me
Shaquille
O'Neal.
Kobe Bryant.
Jeez. I mean, how do you pass Shaq?
Shaq, for a 3-year span, was the greatest player of all time?
12 rebounds per game. 12 boards. I think I got to go Mamba. I got to go Mamba on this one. Do I go shooting guard? No, I already picked my shooting guard, so he's got to be the small forward. Yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna put Kobe. R.I.P. Kobe. I like this. So far, Ray Allen and Kobe Bryant on the same squad so far. I still got a power forward. I got a center and a point guard to pull. I got Spurs of the 80s. Don't love it. So what?
David Robinson, the Admiral.
Yeah, but I can't pull. No, he's not 80s.
Oh, he was 90s, huh?
So here's where I can pull the card. I think I'm gonna. I hate to respin the era and get like 60s Spurs or something, but there's some good ones in there. A Duncan, a guy that I can.
Kawhi Leonard.
I'm gonna respin my era.
You get a Wemby.
I'm gonna respin my era here and see where I'm going. 70s crud. I get nothing different. I get the same team. I got to respin I got to use my last card and respin a team here of the 70s. Sacramento. So I can pull Oscar Robertson.
Oh, that is a good pull.
But I've got no other respins. So I got to go with what I got here for my Indiana Pacers 2000s. This is when it would have been good to respin an era. Jermaine O'Neal
was good for a year.
I could go Mike Dunleavy.
You can go World Meta Peace.
I can't because I got my small forward's already gone. Danny Granger, Stojakovic can't be picked. Jalen Rose can't be picked. I'm going to go Jermaine O'Neal. I'm going to put him 9.6 boards. I'm going to put him at my center. I'm going to hope and pray that I can pull a LeBron for my power forward here or a Giannis. What do we got? Boston of the 80s, and I got the white.
Larry Bird?
I got Larry Bird at the power forward, my friend.
You got Lawrence?
All right. The time for the record. I don't love this record. Like, I think I should be higher than this, but I
think I should be higher too.
Got a good team. 68.
Oh,
so close. 65. I always hate when you play this thing.
Bam Adebayo got me, I think. I should have respun the team, I think, on that one.
Yeah, I respun just to get I got Oscar at the point for that, which was okay. So I'm listen, look at my bottom stat line, 118.9 points per game.
109, 38 reads, 22 assists, 4 steals, and 4 blocks.
Yeah. Anyway, this is not an ad for this app. You should definitely download it, though. It is super fun.
It is fun. John Stout is now back from the other account at Kettlebriar, and he's given this face. So you may have missed it, but we are playing a game called 82-0. 82-0. Andy, we have time for one more. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's do it again.
82-0 is like a basketball draft thing.
You want to play IQ? You want to go IQ?
Ooh, okay. I've only done it like twice. One time was really bad, and one time was really good.
Yeah.
So basically, it spins. It says the team, and it says the years, the era, the decade of that team, and then you get to pick any player you want that played there in that decade.
No, I've never played Hoop IQ. Okay.
I've only done this one twice.
So this is I'll go first.
Basically, the Hoop IQ version doesn't give you any stats. It's just
a position. Well, it's going to blank out who you can't have anyway. So
right.
All right, I'm going to go first on this one.
All right, build another. Wait, hold on. I got to back out all the way. Leave game.
All right, my first spin is Indiana in the 2000s.
Okay.
I got Al Harrington. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's do him at the center. Let's get our big right off the top.
Al Harrington. All right. Well, look, let me do mine. Let's go 1-1.
1-1. Okay, my bad.
So then we can see what happens at the end together. All right, I got San Antonio Spurs of the 2010. Well, you know, I've got to go. I got to scroll down until I get to Timothy Duncan. There he is. I'm going Timmy Duncan again. Of the 10s, yeah, 100%. And I'm going to go with him in the power forward because I still believe he's the greatest power forward of all time. Although I don't like him, Mr. Fundamental. All right, Andy, you're up.
I spun Toronto of the 90s, and you know I got to go T-Mac. I got to.
You know, T-Mac is what got me that best record I got. He was on that roster, I think.
He's going to be my shooting guard or my small forward. I'll put him at the 2. All right.
I got Indianapolis of the 1980s.
Oh, see if you got the next one up.
Reginald Miller. Is he squeaking in? Is he an 89 guy?
Maybe he
is. He's an 89 guy. 88, 89. He's there.
That's a killer. You got.
I don't know what he averaged then, but he's got to go with my shooting guard. So I got Reggie Miller and I got Tim Duncan. I got Team USA.
Sacramento of the 90s. Golly. I don't know if I like any. So here's what I'm going to do. Because the 90s were stacked, I'm going to respin my team here. I got to do it. And I got Boston in the 90s.
Of the 90s.
Not their
Late Bird.
Yeah, I guess he's in there. But what was his Kenny Anderson?
Because that's Dream Team time. He was still a beast.
You know what? Let's do it. But Paul Pierce is in there too.
Mm.
You know what? I still feel like I got to go him. He's going to be my 3, my small forward. Okay.
All right. Spin me right round. Ooh. Scrolling. Is he here?
I need to know.
He is here. Golden State 2010.
Oh, Steph
Curry as the guard.
I think you might have crushed me in this one. All right, let's see. My next spin, I'm going to have the Knicks of the 2000s.
Oh.
There's a lot. I mean, Anthony Hardaway's right off the bat. But that's not where I'm going.
Knicks of the 2000s.
Yeah,
Larry Johnson. John Starks. Is he there?
David Lee.
David West.
Jalen Rose. Jamal Crawford.
Patrick Ewing. Was he like late in the?
Do I just do it because he's my favorite player of all time? But do I go with Nasty Nate?
Nate Robinson. Well, if not,
Patrick Ewing is still there.
I mean, he was a great center. I don't know what his stats
So
would be.
Jalen Brunson's father, Rick Brunson, was on the team. Stephon Marbury. Zach Randolph.
Starbury. That's Starbury.
Listen, because I feel like I got some making up to do. I'm not sure where he was at.
About Jeremy Lin.
Where was Ewing at in the 2000s?
I mean,
like stat-wise, I feel like he was right there at the end.
Retirement.
I'm going to go with my heart. I'm going Nasty Nate. Let's just do it. Why not?
All right.
All I got is my power forward.
Ooh, Brooklyn of the 80s. Let's see if I know any of these guys. Cliff Robinson, Daryl Dawkins, available. I'm just talking about Joe Barry. Just talking about the guys that are available. You know who I feel would be really good at this game? Barry.
Oh, yeah. He'd know everyone's backstory, too.
Walter Berry. All right. Well, I don't love it. The 80s is stacked.
You can
I'm scrolling teams.
Yep. Smart move.
Knicks of the 80s.
Oh, that's a good one.
So we got Bernard King, Bill Cartwright, Charles Oakley. Any little forearm in there? Come on. Just give me one time for the one time. Kiki Vandeweghe. Let's see. Patrick Ewing. You should have took him, but he's here. This is when he was the best. Well, 90s he was the best. I'm going to have to go with Patrick. I think he's the best on this list. I'm going Patrick Ewing.
Oh, I don't like my last spin.
I have to take him at the center, unfortunately.
I got Portland of the 2020s. But all I have left is power forward. I could pull Carmelo Anthony, but in the 2020s, stat line's not where I want it. All I can do is respin Era. I think I'm going to respin Era and see what I can get. But if I get I might be dead already because you pulled Steph on this one. Yeah. I'm going Portland in the 80s. So Bernard Thompson. No, yeah. Pete's. Kiki Vandeweghe. I'm going to pick Kiki. Just why not? Oh, smokes. I'm horrible.
All right.
You smoked me. Easy.
I did. I did smoke you because I just clicked my next one.
You know, it grades you and it tells you where you like dynasty, whatever. I've never gotten one intentionally.
And let me tell you who I got for my next one. LeBron James.
I mean, what? Just throw him on there.
Wait, what?
Holy
cow, you might be in this.
No, there's no way.
I got Steph Curry, Reggie Miller, LeBron James, Tim Duncan, and Patrick Ewing. Now, here's the thing. Patrick Ewing and Reggie Miller were both in the 80s. And I really probably needed them in the 90s. So that's what brought me down.
I needed Tracy McGrady in the 2000s.
So what did you get as a rank?
D, lottery.
What?
Lottery.
Well, I got a B.
41 and 41, baby. Consistency. 59. That's a solid go at it, man. Yeah, mine's not good, man. I got 76 points a game.
I had a Team USA team. Just had them in the wrong eras.
Look, so Bird and Kiki wound up doing pretty good for me. Respectively 21.6, 23.5.
Reggie Miller was a 12.9.
Tracy McGrady got 8 points a game. What?
Tim Duncan was 14.7. Patrick Ewing was 21.2.
Yeah, my team just didn't work well together. Anyway, guys, it's been a fun game.
Well, Andy, I guess we got to tell everybody good night.
Yeah, we'll say good night. But hey, remember, just a reminder, we will not be here next week. We will both be at camp. So we'll see you guys in 2 weeks, continuing to talk about video games. It's going to be a great, great time. And make sure maybe we'll put something out there. We always say we'll do something during camp. We'll see. But we get a little bit busy while we're out there, for sure. Maybe we'll do some interviews, some fun stuff. But anyway, thank you guys for all of the 6s of you that are out here right now still, those of you that hung out tonight for our guests who had to go a little bit early. Thank you guys so much. You guys have a great night. Hey, remember that this is the Rushmore Show, where it's all about your top 4
and nothing more.
Peace.